Good evening, guys. How we doing here on the YouTube land? I really hope you guys are doing well with this whole coronavirus thing. I know I've been out of work for a few months now. I actually had to move it back across the country, back into the parents' house for the time being. But this is really getting in the way. Like, I definitely need a haircut. I have always hated this little flippy do thing that my hair does. I mean, my mom loves it, but I can't stand it. But anyway, I haven't been posting anything. I haven't been doing my job or treating this like it's something that I want to do with my life. And I apologize about that, guys. I will do what I need to do to make sure that we get on here at least once a day. It's not like I have anything else to do. Part of that time though, I actually was waiting to refund. So, well, not waiting to refund, but waiting for my refunding to post to my account so I could actually trade. Um, just so we're clear, I am not trading real money right now. We are trading fake money on a demo account, but I really like it because it literally acts exactly the same way as you would trading live. So that's great. And it's building the repertoire of what we're going to do when we actually do go live. My goal is to take it. I started with a balance of 3,000. You can pick whatever balance you want. Um, it starts you with $100,000, and it's like, well, actually no, it starts you with $25,000, but it gives you $100,000 of buying power. And you're like, well, of course I can make money. I mean, when I was doing that before, I figured out that you could actually change the amount of money that you paper trade with. I mean, there were days that I would be making, $6,000-7,000, and I was like, that is not realistic, at all. You guys know, I've been starting with $500 each time. We've funded quite a few times now. But some good things are really starting to happen, and I'm choosing to believe that it's progression in my trading acumen. I'm choosing to believe that I'm getting better. I'm choosing to believe that these are the steps that everybody goes through. I'm not quite sure these are the steps that I'm going through. Again, you guys know that the quest is to start from pretty much nothing. And go till we're satisfied with our progress, I guess. I mean, there really is no dollar amount. There really is no end result. I mean, we're pretty much gonna blog, or not blog, but do daily recaps, talk about things that inspire me. Now that I am back on the East Coast, though, and I do have a kitchen that I have access to, I've thought about moving up the timetable for phase two of the YouTube channel, which is getting my cooking, not classes going, but getting started with making cooking videos as well. I don't know if you know, but I actually am a chef. I've got my knife kit right here. Right down here, actually, on the floor. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of goodies in there. But so with this whole coronavirus thing, I mean, restaurants are done. But going back to that, I am a chef by nature, and when I moved to California, it just wasn't feasible for me to actually get a job in the kitchen, so I serve tables. But cooking is my passion. Teaching people how to do things they thought were impossible, or they didn't think they had the actual skills to accomplish, is something that speaks incredibly high to me. And if I can help you or help anyone, especially everyone, but of course myself, get better in any regard. That's what I'm trying to do here. That's what I want the focus of this channel to kind of be on. You're going to get all of me with it, and that's these rambles that we go on. Trust me, guys. I always bring it back around. It's a circle. Yeah, we're familiar with shapes. But you may have to go on a little tangent with me. But indulge me, and I will get you back to what we're talking about. But back to what we had originally started talking about. Some good things have started to happen. I don't know where you are, but to catch you up in the trading kind of scale career, where we are kind of deal. It started with me just taking stocks with no knowledge, and that didn't really pan out well for me, and it won't pan out well for you either. So I do not suggest, for me, it was Robinhood. I downloaded Robinhood. I put $300 in, and in about 14 minutes, I had lost $300. I didn't log it or do anything with that trade or those trades. I just remember it. It's something that sticks out in you, those first couple days of trading. But the stock was up like 86%, and I'm like, bye. Of course, it corrects, and I take a $136 loss on the very first trade that I ever traded. But I learned quickly that I am not in my current state ready enough to trade live money in real stocks. I am stubborn, however, so I go back and forth. So it started with me just losing. Just losing, because I didn't know anything. The next stage was to get some knowledge. So we started on YouTube, video. That let me know that I need to get in even more. I need to get into a chat room. So I got into a chat room and started learning his strategy. Mike at Investors Domain. Again, if you don't know, you probably should. He's the shit. And he's taught me everything I know, and hopefully that'll start to pan out here soon. But anyway, so I started off just losing. And then once I got a little bit of the education, it started to actually get worse. I would make, $30 on a trade. I remember thinking, it's like, wow, I'm really good at these $30. I can make $30 like it's nobody's business. But what would happen the very next day? I'd come back and lose 200. Or I'd come back and lose 160, or I'd come back and it was just that step in the progression where it was literally every time I would win something, I would literally give all of that back and double, triple, sometimes quadruple, even quintuple, sometimes. As I continued to get more and more education, more and more experience in the market, we've shaved some things off. I learned a little bit better about when to get in, when to get out. I still chase, as you'll see, coming up here soon, when we start talking about, the trades that I've been taking for the past couple of days. But sometimes I still chase and get in at the wrong times. No, trust and believe that I am working on it 100%. Every time, and it's all a matter of what you feed your mind and how much you feed it. Those steps, I guess, I don't really know, rules, information, but it really does depend on how strong you seek this stuff, and I kept talking to myself about, having these come to Jesus moments where it's like, bro, so for the longest time I would win a little bit and lose 4 times or twice as much the very next day. And then I would come back the next day. See, so here's the progression, right? I would make $30. Next day I would lose 200. The next day I would lose another 125 or something like that. Then that would take me out of the ability to trade. Because with CMEG, you need at least $350 in your account to even to even use the platform. You need to start out with 500. You need to fund it with 500 so that way you can get in. But they'll let you go down to 350 and under 350, 349.99. Trust me, my account's been there. 349.99, and they're cutting your ability to even use the platform off. So it's imperative that you keep your levels above 350 after. So how do you do that? Well, you learn and you get experience. And unfortunately, in this game, it takes money to make money. That statement's never meant more to me now than it did at any point in time in my life. And what I mean by it takes money to make money, you can't have the emotional standpoint or the emotional structure or the emotional fortitude that you need to trade correctly and well in the market right away. It's something that you have to build with experience, getting up with the market, closing down with the market. I don't watch the market all day. I've noticed some things about a certain period of times throughout the day, so I try to be at least watching the watch list and the scanners during those times to make sure that those times are still significant. I don't want to put too much information into this video because I do want to actually, we're 12 minutes in, I do want to actually get to the trades before too long. But so we'll talk about that in a later video or something. But so it got to a point where we would trade, win a couple trades, win a couple bucks, and then it would be 30, lose 200, lose 150, done trading. As I learned, I was able to turn that 30 into 70, into 80. But the same thing would happen. When you win bigger, you lose bigger in that same mindset. So, I would win $80 and then the next day and now we're losing 400. Now we're losing 375. And the next day coming back and losing another 2. It's the most disheartening feeling when you're watching a stock and it's going against you, and then all of a sudden you hit nothing, but all of a sudden you're flat and your platform was like, bruh, you don't got this. I'm gonna go ahead and settle you up because I'm not letting you lose any more of my money, because I do trade on margin. And it was really frustrating. I've cried over it. It's like I said, I've had a bunch of come to Jesus moments, trying to get to the point where we are right now. So what has happened recently is now I can make $200-300 in a trade. Now I've taught myself how to be a little bit more patient, get in at a better time. And again, I still chase some things, but I'm able to now get in at a better time. Last week from April 6th to today, actually no, from March 30th to today, or March 27th. I fucking can't remember, sorry. But I think it was March 27th I switched. But March 27th to today, so it's 6 trading days and 3 trading days, so 9 trading days. I'm still losing because that's just part of the game. I still let my losers stick around too long and don't let my winners run enough. But I think that that's going to be an ongoing problem. I don't think that that's something that you can master until you're well into your career. And yes, I've been around for 2 years and teaching myself about the stock market, but I don't have 2 years experience trading stocks every day. And that's the next kind of stage or whatever, is to just build experience and enjoy the process. That's what I'm trying to do. I get into zones in life where I'm like, I want it now, and why isn't it working out? and I fuck myself up and I make all kinds of dumbass decisions and end up fucking myself over. A lot of the times. A lot of my mistakes in life are self-inflicted. A lot of my setbacks are self-sabotage. And I am not afraid to admit that these days. But we are turning leaves and we are running far from who Pat was and to who Patrick will become. But having said all of that, you know, I was really proud of myself today, right? Today wasn't the best day. I took a couple of trades in the morning, had some winners, but then I took a big loss. I took a $438 loss. But I was up $86 at the time. So it was about three something, right? Well, I then traded MSRN a few times and got it all the way back down to to $104. Till I was down $104. So I erased from minus 400 to minus. So I essentially bought myself back $300. Still ended the day red, minus $100, and because of trading, of course, comes fees. I paid $86 in ECN fees today, and I paid $64 in commissions. So essentially, I was down $223. But from the 27th no, I think it was the 30th of March to April 6th, I started with $3,000 in my demo account. Then I brought it up to $4,300. I'm sitting right now at where are we at? I think it's at 400 or 4,000. Yeah, 4,077 and 12 cents is where we're sitting right now. But I think that I'm turning a corner. I do not want to say that I have turned. I've learned it. I am learning. I am currently learning. My mind is wide open, and I know that I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Thank you, Kevin. If you know, you know. If you don't, find out. Ask a question. But so where were we at? I don't know. I just got sidetracked. That happens sometimes. Sorry. But what was I saying? Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. I was up at $4,300 today, or 40, something like that. But, yeah, because I take out commissions too. So I was up around $4,300. But I had a red day. My red days before would take me out of the ability to trade, or I would lose my margins. I traded and I kept my margins. I traded and I kept my ability to trade, and that to me is a turn. I am believing in myself that is a step in the right direction. Now the only thing I have to do is cut my losers off quicker and let my wins run. There was a stock today, I can't remember what it was. But it was probably MSRN, where I was like, you know what? It was. Right? So let's bring up that chart real quick. MSRN. Bada bing. Right, so we're over here, closer to where we traded at. Now, I told myself, I was like, it was right here where I took this first trade at, what was it, 9:39, right? I told myself, I was like, my profit target is $10 on this. My profit target is $10. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, and I don't know if you kind of can figure out where we're about to take this, but I got in at 9:39 with a $10 goal. It was a strong stock, I mean, look at it. It's strong. She's strong. Boom, 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 boom. So I get in here. I get in. Oh shit, sorry. I get in here. I get in there with a $10 target. Well, $10, guys, is right there. Huh. How about that? $9.99 on the high of this candle. My trade, I got out at $9.96. Again, I'm getting better at these exits too, where I'm getting them more at the top of candles. I again still need work on entries and time, patience, and sticking to my plan. Had I stuck to my plan, now I got a shitty fill. I have hotkeys set up to buy 25% of my buying power, which with $4,000 in my account is around $24,000. A little bit over $24,000 because you have 6 times buying power with excuse me, 6 times buying power with CMEG. So I got a shitty fill, and that's kind of been the case lately. Is a lot of shitty fills, but let's just do some math real quick, right? I got in with 115 shares, tried to buy, that's definitely not, we're talking $900 here, $1,000 when I have $24,000, or 25% of, so 24 divided by 4 is 6. I should have got around, 600 shares, I guess? 600 times 9, I don't know. Let's just bring up trusty calci. And then we got 24,000 divided by... What am I doing here? 9.39. It should have been 2,500 shares, which is what 100%. So, yeah, around 639 shares is what it should have been. It should have been around 639 shares. That would have been 25% of my position, or I guess I could have gone and use $6,000 and then divide that by 9.39, and then you get your 639. The more you know, swing. But so I had 115 shares at 9.39. So I spent $1,079.85 to get in, right? And let's say I got out at the height of my get out. I just let it ride, right? Because that's the next step. I'll get into adding to winners along the way, as I get more experience. But for the most part, for right now, I need to be okay with just building patience. And allowing these to run to my goal and stop fucking around and worrying about if it's not gonna make it. Because I've already built that repertoire too, where it's like, Pat, you've done the research, you've done the time where you can kind of, I don't know what that is. Where these stocks are headed, where they have a potential to go. That's just something that's come along with being around for 2 years and really intently kind of listening and seeking this information, right? So at 115 shares at 9.39, that's $1,000.79. Let's just say $1,080, right? $1,080. So 115 times 9.99 is $1,148. So let's just say $1,149 to make it simple, minus, what was it? 1080. That would have been a $69 trade, right? Okay, winner. But had I got a full fill, I got my 639 shares. And I know this is so stupid to do this. Don't ever do this. This is rookie shit right here. But, you know, it's quarantine. I ain't got shit else to do. And I'm trying to allow this to resonate so that I don't do this any longer, and I allow myself to allow my winners to run a little bit and cut my losers, right? So 639 times 9.99. Oh shit. We are just gonna start over on that. So what was it? 638 times 9.99 is 6,300. So 9.39, 6,300, just whatever. Yeah, 5,900. So 63, 59. It'd been a $400 or $500 trade. That's what I need. That's what I want. And what I need to notice is I should have just hit the buy button again, because that usually gives me, it sucks because I got to send out another order, which is another $3 plus ECN fees. But, you know, regardless of which, you know, whatevs. But guys, we're getting way too long into this. I know I ramble. I know I rant. I thank you so much if you're here, listening to me ramble on this meaningless math. But I feel like we're turning corners, guys. I feel like we're taking steps, and I feel like this channel, this station, and myself are about to kind of take a little bit of a ride. And I want you guys bear with me. But again, that's it for tonight. We'll get into more of an actual trade recap on tomorrow. But until then, guys, peace.